Welcome back, and the continued coverage of round five of Altivox, the 2020 tournament is here, hopefully. And we've been talking almost exclusively about the Duda Carlsen game because there were a lot of developments there. But there's also a very sharp position on the board in the Corona Ronin game.
Mhm.
And they did reach the position we were discussing some time ago. Levon, after some thought, did end up playing after bishop e3, the sequence f5, g6, bishop takes, ef, rook takes, and yeah, I think this might be playable for black. I don't see any immediate refutation.
Yeah, me too. Let's think what can be white's plan here. Of course, knight g3 is an option, but again, yeah, it doesn't seem to be so clear. I mean, humanly, of course, queen d2 looks like a very solid, healthy move, but maybe black will go knight c6 then, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
And then if g4, knight e5 is coming, and that might be pretty uncomfortable.
Queen d2 played in the meantime,
Played, yeah.
so Fabi did choose this. Yeah, knight c6 seems like the most natural move in the position, as you mentioned, creating the idea of knight e5 next move.
I don't know if g4 is working still. I have big doubts, but it has to be checked. Yeah, g4, knight e5. So knight c6.
Yeah, there's as you can probably guess, there is a little bit of an issue. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's really no laughing matter, because this is such an interesting position, and discussing it without actually making moves on the board is going to be difficult. But
so let's move maybe to the position of if you can manage it, Firouzja-Tari, because that one is more positional. Yeah, we can actually talk about it. Yeah, there are not so many lines. So
sure.
What is going on there in this typical Italian?
I was wondering about the decision by Firouzja to play d4 so early, because I think it's not always that they do this, right? Sometimes instead of d4, I think there's an argument to be made
to try to play knight f1, bishop e3, and so on. Yeah.
Let's say we go knight f1, and then I would like to trade this bishop before I commit.
That's true, Peter, but from other point of view, another idea for white in such positions is kind of to block this bishop, yeah? So let's say d4. I mean, let's check now maybe b5 and trying to go knight c4, b6 is really trying to get him out of play, this bishop. But of course it's, I mean, black might get a lot of, quite a serious counterplay on the king side against the king.
I think it's a huge question if you have enough time for this.
Trying to go knight h5, knight f4, rook g6, and that is, it can get extremely sharp, the position. So I don't know if d4, no, but that's quite logical. Knight g6, so now it's time for a very serious decision, for white.
And unsurprisingly, I think Alireza has been taking, I think maybe for the first time in this game, he's been taking some serious time on this move, because it's not clear how he should proceed here. Knight f1, knight g3 still looks logical, but
it's an option. So what after knight f1, maybe knight h5 is an idea, trying to stop knight g3. Another idea is probably trying to attack the e4 pawn, to press, not really to attack, but to press the e4 pawn. But or also a very typical idea is to play d5. I mean, maybe d5 can work.
Yeah, maybe even the immediate d5 sometimes works in those positions.
Knight f1, d5, e takes d5, for example, and queen d5, c4. Very, very complicated position.
Yeah, it becomes very concrete straight away. The moment some kind of a clash in the center starts, you have to calculate variations, and you have to be very precise. Not entirely sure what I think about this. I feel like if I were playing this position with black, I'd be quite happy about d4, because I think it gives me targets for counterplay. I think the biggest problem black has in this structure in general is that if white plays slowly, you just don't quite know what to do with your life. You're just sitting there playing on your back, 3 three ranks, and you shuffle and you shuffle and you shuffle, and there's still no prospects.
Yeah, and my game with Magnus was very educational in this sense. So he had a little even better version than that with white. He has changed his bishops, and I was really suffering. I miraculously managed to draw in this last invitational tournament, but it was little fun. So, but d4, okay, now, again, I would probably consider, if I was white, to try to play b5 instead of knight f1. Yeah, knight f1 is, of course, is an option, obviously.
Yeah, let's take a look at your plan. Yeah, let's see if
let's say b5.
We can do this. Yeah, I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to react, because b takes a6 is probably not something.
Yeah, I don't know. It probably doesn't matter that much. I mean, if you take a b, rook e8, or you don't take, maybe I don't know about rook e8. Yeah.
Well, it stops knight c4. The reason to play this move would be to kind of tie your knight on g2 to the defense of the e4 square, e4 pawn, stopping your declared intention of.
And maybe white can try to go d5 now. Can he?
d5. Let's say rook 6,
rook e7, knight c4. Yeah, trying to get b6.
Yeah, I wanted to go bishop c5, of course.
Yes, that's logical. Now you want b6, so I have to try b6 myself, probably.
Yeah, and this is, if this goes poorly for white, it could go really poorly, right?
Yeah, sure. It is quite a risky play, I would say. But another option, yeah, d5, of course, is positionally quite risky. Yeah, what are the other ideas? Maybe b6 also was possible. I have my doubts, but b6, bishop takes b6, and then d5, knight c4.
Let's take a look. Yeah. So you go g5 here.
If knight c4, I guess ed4. Yeah. So
yeah, ed4 should be
knight
quite good
c4.
There. But I think there is really a question: how much have you actually achieved here?
Yeah, it is a question. It's just that these rooks on e7, e8 are a bit strange. But who knows? I mean, I think white wants knight a5, knight c6 potentially. So maybe black would play rook a8.
It's a little bit awkward, yeah. I would like to play something like queen c8 followed by c6, but maybe I'm not in time. Maybe you do get to...
Maybe rook a8 to me looks like a reasonable move.
Yeah, that's a good move. Yeah, that's a very good move. You stop knight a5.
Knight a5 and then maybe queen c8, c6. Yeah,
yeah, you prepare that counterplay.
I think somewhere, let's try to analyze it a bit more, because, okay, I'm an Italian player. I like this position. I've played it a lot. So actually with both colors, with white and with black, exactly this variation as well. So after, knight f1, or what else? What else can we do here? Yeah, the question knight f1, it makes of course a lot of sense. I'm just not sure about, d5 maybe doesn't work, d5, because ed5, queen takes d5, c4, that looks...
c4 is probably the thing that worries me the most here.
And if queen c6, b5, very important. Yeah, queen c6 trying to go d5, knight takes d5. Well, first of all, probably you can just take the pawn on e5, but also b5.
b5 is maybe even stronger, because
so maybe d5 doesn't work. Yeah. Then it means. I would say probably knight h5 is an interesting option.
We could, if we wanted to make d5 work, maybe we do it this way. We go, but then maybe you play d5
I'm not sure
yourself,
about d5. Yeah, d5, knight g3, and then those rooks are...
Yeah, because, this is awkward. Knight f5 is a very big threat here. Yes, the bishop on a7 is now very beautiful, but you have to solve the issue.
I've played once a game with Rajabov in this line, and then this bishop was quite beautiful up to the moment I managed c4, c5, and then it became much less beautiful somehow.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, if it gets locked down there, it's not going to be much fun. So why not knight f1? I wonder, because I think knight f1 is probably the most natural, the most obvious.
I think knight h5. Yeah, knight h5 would be my choice here.
And maybe even rook f6 in some positions.
Yeah, sometimes rook f6, or with the idea knight gf4, rook g6. Yeah, it can really become dangerous. I mean, if I manage it. Even if it's quite difficult usually, to manage to create a real attack there. So let's say bishop e3 for white. And knight gf4 maybe, or what?
I think we play. Yeah, I think we need to check if this works, because sometimes those ideas do work, and then they are quite devastating. Like d takes e5.
Yeah,
rook g6 might already be very bad for.
Yeah, maybe I would after knight f4 I would consider knight g3 king h2, something very solid, just to secure my king somehow. Maybe knight g3 here.
But I think I'm taking. I think I'm going to claim that this is not good for white structurally. Is it? If I just take and go back.
Yeah, but yeah, you are right. You are right. It's not perfect, but who knows? Maybe it's not too bad either. I mean, like, you want what? You want to take on d4 probably. Yeah?
I think now I want to take on d4 because the pawn on e4 can no longer be supported by f3.
Yeah, because probably king h2 seems to be a logical move. Yeah. And I don't see anything really more, better than ed4 here.
Yeah, I think I'm taking, if you give me the chance, I'm taking on d4 and going from there, yeah.
Still, I don't know, cd4, I'm not completely sure. Yeah, because again, this bishop on a7 is this kind of piece which is good, potentially very powerful, but also potentially can be really one day out of play. Yeah, I still would prefer white here because...
I think the biggest problem I have here is that I would like to go rook a8, but it loses material to d5.
Yeah, after d5, yeah. So, and then if black plays d5, which is also another idea himself, then e5, and this bishop on a7 is now a very poor piece, yeah, all of a sudden.
It will become a tempo game, because if I get some kind of rook a8, c6, bishop b8, and somehow f6, I'm suddenly doing completely fine. But I need to make many moves in a row.
Yeah, Mom. Usually, my experience shows that when you give one of the players to make 4 moves in a row, usually he is doing well. Yeah, but in practice, it doesn't happen very often. Yeah, that
the arbiters normally intervene and tell you it's not your move yet.
Yes, so I mean, yeah, maybe you're right, Peter. Knight f1 is okay, even if, of course, has to be.
No, but my question wasn't even that. My question was, why hasn't it been played yet?
I guess because he wants b5, knight c4. Those ideas with b6, they also look quite tempting. Yeah, I mean, they might be.
Yeah, you're. I'm just not gonna. The Italian, you have complete control from this moment on, because Alireza did play b5, and
yeah, I mean, it's also tempting because b, for instance, we are trying to go rook e8, yeah, but even after rook e8 there is no threat really. Yeah? I mean,
not yet. No, maybe d5 starts happening in some cases, but I'm not sure.
But let's say ab, even if of course you don't have to, but then you will always have to be careful about ba. So let's say takes rook e8. And now maybe some tactical. Okay. Let's say what is Black's next move? Is he?
I'm wondering really if I can actually if I can actually play d5. If you do nothing for one more move, maybe I can.
I want ed and c4, still the same idea.
But I will be taking with the knight, and then after c4 I will be playing knight f4, and that's a lot more active than the position we're
discussing. Obviously. So in any case, white will probably make some move, because he's forced to at minimum by the rules of chess. So let's think what kind of move can be done here. Knight c4, ed4, b6, bishop takes b6.
Yeah, we could try, but I don't think it works out.
Yeah, I don't see how it works. Yeah, takes, b6, bishop b6, and if this doesn't work.
The pawn on e4 is hanging. If the pawn on e4 wasn't hanging, it would be very, very pleasant for white, maybe, but it is.
So probably d5. Probably let's say d5. Yeah, d5 rook e7. D5 rook e7 and knight c4. What else? Knight c4.
Knight c4, bishop c5, yeah, this is where we got to, and then I wasn't quite sure what we are doing here with the white pieces, because if you allow me to play b7, b6, I think...
Yeah, I shouldn't normally allow. I mean, I have knight a5, but you have at minimum bishop b6, at least, yeah, so... And then I cannot take the pawn on b7 because of rook b8.
Yeah, or queen c8, doesn't matter.
Queen c8, yeah. So let's see, but yeah, b6. So b6.
B6 c6 is very double-edged. It's
I mean, I would even say it looks very good for black. Yeah, if b6 c6. So white probably shouldn't play d5, yeah. Because here it looks really good for
Yeah,
white.
so then the question is, what's the rook a1 maybe, which is maybe the reason
Maybe
we
rook
shouldn't be
a1,
including we shouldn't be including AB.
But still, bishop b6, is it such a big deal?
Yeah, exactly. It's like if you play knight c4 here, there's queen takes b5,
Yeah,
but even
yeah,
the same position after e takes d4 is maybe playable.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know what we've achieved.
Not quite sure if b5 was the best move, but let's see. Yeah, let's see. Anyway, it's my fault because it was my proposal. So, but let's see. So let's go. Let's check the other games. Let's see what is Magnus doing. So he doesn't want to sacrifice.
No, he played rook e7, playing very patiently so far, not willing to part with momentarily.
So his idea is obviously to go knight e5 and then rook eb7 in some situations.
In some situations, will be a new resource available to him. Sure.
I wouldn't manage to to resist. Yeah, I mean rook takes e3. Of course, in blitz game, no doubt at all. But even in classical, probably I would. It just looks so aesthetically nice. Black's position after taking knight e5, all black squares immediately. You have this Ulf Anderson games in your mind, etc., etc. But maybe objectively, rook e7 is also okay. Yeah, but.
And also, interestingly, Magnus has finally started burning time. So it did feel like he was definitely still in his preparation up to rook b8 and maybe even a6, although a6 is already, I was less sure. But rook e7 is something he has, for the first time today, he spent some serious time on, 8.5 minutes on that move. So,
but it feels to me that white should have, some ideas here. I mean, to me, frankly, it looks a bit slow. Yeah, because even after knight e5, I can already put my bishop on c6, for instance. Yeah, trying to prevent rook b7 and or even b3 sometimes. It doesn't look so clear to me.
Yeah, Jan Krzysztof chooses knight g3, which is a very, very concrete move. Obviously, the threat now is knight f5.
I'm not quite sure he really wants to take on h5. Yeah, it's more like
this is the question.
Yeah, more like he wants knight e4, knight f5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody cares about the h5 pawn here.
And here knight e4 maybe. Yeah, I mean at least it's very principled move. If it works.